Let's go all the way back to our history when we actually had to hunt for our food. Just picture how much time we actually had to wait and hunt, how much energy we had to waste. See, at least back then, there was at least probably 90% of the population were actually more lean and, yes, less overweight. But it took a lot of hours and days even to actually get our first meal in. Yeah, just think about it. Sit back and think about the past, how hard it would be. Now let's go back to our present time. Big difference between our past and now. Now we have variety to choose from. Simple. Let's order pizza, go for a quick drive to the nearest supermarket. Why not? A big variety of food. So many things to choose from. So easy. That's the big difference between now and the past. Quick question. What time is your breakfast? What is breakfast? Okay, so you gotta really think about what you eat and how you break your fast. That's why it's called breakfast. So when you hear somebody and they tell you that they don't eat any breakfast, well, I guess they don't eat. The truth behind it doesn't matter what time you eat. It doesn't matter what kind of meal you eat. That's your breakfast. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, it's not a diet, it's an eating habit. It's a time of day when you consume a meal in a certain period of time. How many of us actually take count on the calorie intakes? How many people actually sit there and take counts on how much food they eat? Especially the wide range of food, selection of food, the amount of beverages. There's plenty out there and it just keeps going. Our body adapts to changes. We are what we eat. Goals, goals, goals. We all have goals. Many of us want to feel good, look good. Well, that's the name of the game. Just remember, you need to get healthy, then lose the weight. So I got a question for you guys. Are you consuming the right amount of calories daily, or are you over-consuming? Think about that. Well, obviously, the only person that knows the answer would be you. So, it's time to make a choice. It's time to hit the gym, create a proper meal, and create a goal, because this is our main goal. Alright, so back again. Let's talk about intermittent fasting. There's a specific reason why I do it, because it helps detox my whole entire system that I have. Instead of eating all kinds of food on a daily basis, instead of eating 3 meals a day, I only consume one entire meal, what my body needs, within 23 hours without eating 1 hour of eating. See, what I meant about the 1 hour eating, that's my open window that I have. So I do 23 hours without eating, and that 1 hour eating, I consume about 24 to 2500 calories per sitting. So which means within that 23 hours of not consuming anything, I'm actually burning fat, because you get 8 hours of sleep. After 8 hours, you got that extra 2 hours. When you hit that 2 hours, that's when your body is actually looking for energy. So the fat source I have is complete burning mode the whole entire day until I consume something in. Just picture how much food that you eat in a daily basis for 3 meals. A healthy meal is basically 1200 calories per sitting. So you got breakfast, lunch, and dinner. and you got the snacks, you got the beverage, you add in more sauce. So technically you're eating more than 5,000 calories per day. Okay, so let's talk about 3 different types of intermittent fasting. 16 to 8, 18 to 6, 20 to 4. This is the basics. 16 hours without any calorie intake, 8 hours eating window. This is when you focus on a proper diet. 18 to 6, 18 hours without any calorie intake, 6 hours eating window. Still focus on a proper diet. 20 to 4, 20 hours without any calorie intake, 4 hours eating window. This is the time when your body goes through autophagy. At this point, a proper diet is the key. Now, keep in mind, this doesn't mean that you could eat anything. All calories are not equal to one another. A proper diet is required, and make sure you do your homework. This is the 3 basics of intermittent fasting: 16 to 8, 18 to 6, 20 to 4. But you gotta understand, proper diet is required, and you'll see extremely heavy results. Our body, your body, everybody's body is always on a survival mode. So if you're consuming over 24 to 2,500 calories per day, which means the rest will become fats, because we need that. Even bodies don't have 0% body fat. It needs the fat for us to survive. Now let's talk about my fasting. Not yours, my fasting. I put my body through a 23 hours without eating anything. That's basically just black coffee, green tea, or water. The whole entire day. My body's used to this. It's used to it for the fact that it created this habit, and many people have a different habit of consuming foods in a daily basis within hours. I mean, 3 meals to 4 meals to 5 meals a day. I don't do that. Throughout the whole morning, I survive. Okay, it's you gotta remember, intermittent fasting is not a diet. It's an eating habit. It's the same eating habits that you're eating 3 meals a day. When I eat 1 meal a day, after 10 hours, my body starts consuming the fats that I have. So after 18 hours, 20 hours, my body goes through a autophagy. Autophagy is basically proteins that replaces it with new proteins. So if you want to get more technical, is new cells being built and eating the old cells. So if the case studies and histories and what's happening now, with people are actually looking into it more, could it be a way to slow down your aging effect? Well, you really have to think about that, because I'm 45 years old. I don't feel old. Now, many people that eat 3 meals a day, they're actually over consuming, because they're not doing any measurements of what else they eat, how many sauces they put in. It just adds on. So throughout the day, if you really actually calculate how much you eat in calories, you're over consuming from the 2,500 calories what your body needs. That's what my body needs. It's 2,500 calories to actually last me the day. So I'm not starving myself here, guys. I'm actually controlling what I eat in and using the fats that I have as a energy source. Get healthy first before you lose the weight. Breathe more, eat less. Age for me is not a factor. Okay, I don't let my age slow me down. I slow my age down. My fasting alone helped me out through my liver disease, the fatty liver disease that totally shut my whole system down. That's why I've been in the hospital 4 times in 1 month. By doing what I do now, It avoided the doctor visits. The only issue I have is basically I bought new pairs of pants. I'm a size 32 now, okay? I weigh 232 pounds. My arms is the size of, what, it's 22 inches. That's how big it is, right? My chest, everything that I have, all my muscle is protruding. Fasting is not a bad thing, guys. It's been around for so many decades in our history. You know, back then, when you see somebody overweight, those are the actual people to marry. You know why? Because they have a lot of money. That was back then. Now it's a lot more different. You look at them as, well, they're pretty unhealthy, right? Well, guess what? It only takes 3 months. 3 months to make a change in your body. 3 months to make a difference. That's all it takes. If you run out of options of losing the weight that you want, and you feel that you may have a fatty liver disease, try intermittent fasting. It may work for you because it worked for me. I am the living proof. Okay, so if you guys haven't been on my channel, you're just tuning in right now, my suggestion is to look at the rest of the videos that I have. And if you haven't subscribed to it yet, subscribe, like, and comment. And until next week, I'll see you guys again.